So yesterday on the channel, I made a video talking about some of the reasons why Nintendo Switch 2 Electric Boogaloo hype is just needs to be kind of quelled a little bit. I think it's pretty safe to say that 2024 is not going to be the year of the unveiling of the system. Sure, they might mention it in passing at the upcoming Nintendo investors meeting, but as far as a full-scale review showcasing the system, features, games, and stuff like that, I don't think it's happening. And the more I kind of thought about this after I made the video, the more evidence I actually saw that sort of proves this point, because Nintendo is now gearing up to do something kind of honestly remarkable with the Nintendo Switch system as we know it. So I want to talk about that in today's video, but before we get into that, I want to give a huge thank you to today's video sponsor. The hit game Rec Room is finally coming to Nintendo Switch. What can you do with Rec Room? Well, the possibilities are endless. Here's a look at Spawnwave and I having some fun. Give me some food, Spawnwave. Yeah, that's right, pal.
Nuggets, burgers.
Burgers.
You want the ice cream cone in the oh, wait. I got a McFlurry. You didn't have to go through the drive-thru for it. Look at that. You can teach me the ways here at the prison, Sean.
I'm on the treadmill, dog. Gotta get this workout on. Why do you have a blue thing on? Are you a cop? Are you narking me, bro?
Where are you?
I'm flying above you.
Oh my gosh.
Look at
Through the
me,
rafters,
I'm
like
Peter
a zip line.
Pan. I'm a little boy forever. I'm gonna be Sting. Dun, 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 dun. Rec Room for Nintendo Switch has built-in voice chat, meaning you could just plug a headset in and talk with your friends or talk with other people in the game. It also features cross-platform play, so no matter where your friends play Rec Room, you could join them on your Nintendo Switch. Like I said, Rec Room is a free download on Nintendo Switch eShop, and you're going to have a ton of fun with it. Thank you to Rec Room for sponsoring today's video. All right, so many people expected the Switch 2 to be unveiled in the month of October. Of course, that month has come and gone, and there was nothing. We are now a couple days into November, and really the last bastion of hope is this November 5th investors meeting. But the more you kind of look at what Nintendo has been doing, including some things that haven't been alluded to in a while, the more you could see, like, this is kind of an unprecedented time when it comes to first-party software from Nintendo, and it really sort of paints a roadmap of how I think 2025 is going to go, and I think it's crystal clear because, of course, you know, people are, you know, oh, is there going to be like a big direct or something like that, this, that, or the other, and it's all been quiet on the Western Front. But when you actually look at the games that Nintendo has announced with either confirmed release dates or releasing in 2025 release dates, we're already up to 4 games. You know, kicking things off in January on the 16th, we have Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Now, I question the necessity for this game. It is a Wii game. You know, it's getting a little new coat of paint on it. Okay, are you adding in additional content? If it's just an HD version of the Wii game, this should be $40. And I will never give up that point, but the problem is that Nintendo fans will buy this. You know, they're going to buy it. It'll probably sell exponentially well, more so than any of us think it will sell. And then in March 20th of 2025, we now have the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition that has been announced. And this is a game that I absolutely love it. It's my favorite Xenoblade. You don't have to play the other Xenoblades to play this game. It is a futuristic setting. Knowledge of the other Xenoblade games won't help you in this game. And this was a game that was definitely limited a bit by the Nintendo Wii U. I do kind of wonder how they're going to make the jump to the Nintendo Switch system, because the gamepad was very essential for this game, I felt. You know, it definitely helped with a lot of the menu navigation and stuff like that. Having that second screen that you could easily access at any point in time was definitely a bit of a godsend, especially for a game like this, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on here, pal. This is a long game. That cool mech you see on the cover art, you don't get the Skell until very well into the game. So don't think you're going to immediately start out with it. But I love the setting of this game. I love the world that they created. I love the town that you visit and stuff like that and get side missions. It's just an awesome game. And right then and there, we have a game for January and a game for March. But we don't stop there, because there are 2 games that we do know Nintendo has said are coming out in 2025. The first game is Pokemon Legends ZA? I think there's a fancy way to say this, but obviously the Pokemon Legends series is probably my favorite branch and the only branch of Pokemon that like I'm super interested in right now, because it just feels very different. You know, Scarlet and Violet, no thank you. Sword and Shield, I'm good on that, pal. But Pokemon Legends was actually a really, really fun Switch game, and it just felt different. It felt different, and it felt like a proper evolution of what Pokemon should potentially become. The more open aspect of it, the larger areas to explore, the way you capture Pokemon, the way you battle Pokemon and stuff like that. It felt very different, and honestly, it felt very unique. That is a 2025 game. We don't have a release window for it quite yet, but I do feel like we'll be hearing about this sooner rather than later, because this is obviously a big game, not only for Nintendo, but also Game Freak. And then, of course, we have the biggest outlier of them all, and that is the Metroid Prime 4 Beyond game. Now, there is rumors that this is going to be a cross-generational game, you know, and is it substantiated rumors? Is it just people talking out of their butt? You know, who's to say, really? You know, with the current climate of how video games are being dealt with in terms of leaks and stuff like that, many false prophets are out there. But I think this game, I mean, you're looking at it running on the Switch. This is obviously a Switch game. Definitely looks very high quality, but that should be expected. Look at how Metroid Prime Remastered came out. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is a game that at least 2.9 million people are like going to buy within the first year. You know what I'm saying? You probably won't hit that 3 million mark, but maybe there is a multiplayer component that could potentially expand upon things. If we have the Hunters coming back, we of course saw Silex in the trailer. Like, if you have the Hunters coming back, why not incorporate that? Because Metroid Prime Hunters had really, really good online, and that was a Nintendo DS game. But when you look at these 4 titles, you are really starting to like pad out the year quite nicely. I can't think of any, like, what does Sony have for 2025 for the PlayStation 5 when it comes to first party titles that are confirmed for 2025? What does Xbox have? You know, Nintendo is the one that's releasing a new system. Nintendo is the one that you would think would be shying away from this. So I feel like this kind of sets up a roadmap here, because let's say that all 4 of these games, obviously 2 of them will, but let's say the other 2 games, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and Pokemon Legends ZA, or however you say it, let's say these are all the first half of 2025 games. Then it becomes a very interesting story. It becomes a very interesting topic, because you kind of you give yourself a layup here. You have all of these games. Of course, you're going to have third-party games as well. So you do an announcement March for the system, and then it comes out in the fall, closer towards the holiday season. You know, I think if you're expecting the Switch 2 to come out in the first half of 2025, I don't think that's a smart thing to do at this stage of the game right now, because all it takes is Nintendo. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition literally was dropped in the middle of the week via a trailer, not even a Nintendo Direct. Just hey, look, here's Xenoblade Chronicles X for your Nintendo Switch with additional story content and redone visuals. Just completely out of left field. The game that many people had written off as never coming to the Switch. I really think Nintendo is doing some crazy stuff in 2025. And like I always say, dude, I want it to come out earlier, sooner, rather than later. I want information to be out there, but I don't think Nintendo's quite ready yet. I do not think they are quite ready yet. I think they're going to keep this system going along. All you have to do is get through 1 or 2 more investors meetings. Really, just one. You get past the November one, and then at the end of March, you probably have the announcement of the system. get through one more investors meeting and you're all set for 2025 as far as how you want to control the narrative. So these are just my thoughts on it, though. I just found it really interesting because in my video yesterday, I just talked about Donkey Kong and Xenoblade. I kind of completely forgot about Metroid and the Pokemon game. And then the whole, you know, there are more games that could be revealed, more remasters or remakes or stuff like that. These seem to just drop out of the sky randomly. So it could end up being an interesting first portion of the year. Obviously, there's going to be games to play. So let me know in the comment section down below. How you feeling about this? What do you think about it? And as always, guys, thank you for checking out today's video. I'm filming this late at night. I didn't feel like being on camera. Huge thank you to Rec Room for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you guys check that out. John and I had like way more fun than I thought we were gonna. There was lots of jokes and things left on the cutting room floor for that ad, but there's a link in the description box down below to get some additional information on it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you're new, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.